G'day guys, this is Rob from Troutlore.com.au, Australia's fly tying specialist store. Today we're tying that fly, that's right, the blob. It's a fly that I've seen work on many occasions on still water when the fish have turned off on the midge and just won't do anything. Put one of these out there, bang, fish on. It's deadly effective, it's very easy to tie, so let's get started. We are coming in with a Firehole 637 hook. This is their heavy, short, wet fly hook. This one in a size 8 and barbless for anyone fishing competition or catch and release. Then we're going to use some Veevus 6-aught thread in red, starting just back from the hook eye. And we will start taking touching wraps, working our way all the way down the hook shank. As you can see, holding this piece, the tag end, up against where I'm wrapping so that it forces my wraps to sit against each other. And then when I get down to the bend of the hook, then I'll trim that out. Now there's only really one more material, and that is the Upavon pure Fritz chenille, designed specifically for blobs. It's a great color to it. This is the fluor orange. There's a number of different colors that are available. So basically we take the end of it and we just want to start stripping out the fibers on the first 1/4 inch or so, just so we can reveal that inner core. Pull those fibers back and you'll see that there's 2 threads there that are twisted to make that inner core. That gives us our tie-in. So we're going to tie that in right at this rear section here at the bend of the hook, as far back to the bend as we can, capturing that core and tying that down. We'll just come back over it to make sure it's locked in place, and then bring our thread back up, finishing a couple of mil shy of the hook eye, leaving that space there so we've got somewhere to tie off without making too bulky of a head. So now we just want to start wrapping this forward and preening the fibers back as we go so that they all generally try to sit in a rear facing position. As you can see, it twists when it's been wrapped up, as it's been wrapped onto a twisted core, so you just need to keep working those fibers as you come forward and keep forcing them into the backwards position. It should fall into place with each wrap if you just allow it to twist around, and as I say that, you then get that one little bit that doesn't want to play ball. And once we get up to the eye of the hook, as I said before, we don't want to overcrowd it, otherwise we'll end up with too bulky of a head. So we're going to stop on that wrap. We'll take one wrap over, apply some pressure, and then pull all that back, put a series of wraps in there for a thread dam. Take another wrap over the material and a few more wraps in there. Then we can come in and trim that out nice and close. At this point, just fold those fibers back. You'll see that there are a few that want to get in the way and push forward. Just pull them back and start wrapping into them slightly, just coming back over the front of those fibers, and then build up a nice head. There's that one that doesn't want to play ball. We'll trim him out. Once that's done, pop a half hitch in just to lock that into position. Now with our whip finish tool, we put in a couple of 2 or 3 turn whip finishes. and trim out the thread. And we just need to preen those fibres back. If there are any that don't want to behave, they will change their mind when they get wet, but you can always go in there and just trim them out to neaten that up, like so. Then finally, give it a finish off. We're going to use some Loon hardhead cement. I'm just going to take a tiny drop of that on the end of my bodkin and bring that in over that thread, just to seal all that up. So when you get a trout's tooth onto that, it's not going to pull that thread apart. And lo and behold, there's always another fibre that wants to misbehave. And there you have it. That is it. Not a very difficult fly to tie. Doesn't take long at all. The profile is, well, as the name would suggest, a blob. Once this material gets wet, it goes semi-translucent, so you'll find that it becomes more like a gooey blob of something. God knows what it represents, but the trout love it. They go to town, and you will find very quickly after tying one of these, you'll be calling out fish on. So the materials for this, as usual, are listed down there in the description. Not that there's many materials involved. Of course, you can find all those materials at the Troutlore fly tying store. As always, thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, come back and watch some more. And as always, happy tying.